Hello, my name is Joshua Scott. I'm 25 years old and I come out of Virginia, Illinois. Currently, I'm a second year PhD student studying in the Goddard Research Group within the Food Science Department at Cornell University. One fun fact about me is that I've been playing guitar for over half of my life. To me, food science is the application of any of the natural sciences into a food area or food subject. And these natural sciences involve courses in, say, biology and microbiology, chemistry and biochemistry, and even engineering classes and physics. So even though you might not directly have a food science class, you are given a lot of the foundation to what makes a great food scientist. I decided to pursue food science after several years of working in industry. So, right after high school, I joined a lab where my company would produce lots of animal feed, and that animal feed would get sent to our lab for quality testing and assurance. And so I really looked into how uh, how well we were able to control the overall quality in terms of health and safety, as well as nutrition of the animal feed that we were producing. I later then moved on to an engineering role in a larger company where we would produce thousands of metric tons of these animal feed products. And whenever I worked in a lab, I never really considered anything but the final product that was produced, the thing that we were selling. But whenever I worked as an engineer, I not only saw the final product being produced, but also every byproduct along the way. And what I then learned was how much waste is produced on an industrial scale. And while in your kitchen or in a lab, producing a little bit of waste whenever you're making your food product is not a big deal. Whenever you're producing metric tons of this stuff, it not only affects the economics of the company and of the plant, but it also has set like huge negative environmental aspects. And so after those experiences, I really wanted to focus on how can we transform waste produced on an industrial scale into something that's also saleable and something that isn't negatively affecting our environment. My research primarily uses food chemistry, which is the study of the physical and chemical properties as well as reactions of food molecules. Now, my research also uses food biochemistry, which is very similar to food chemistry, but it focuses on how those food molecules can be used or produced within biological organisms. My research involves the development and use of nanoparticles containing biologically derived enzymes to transform lactose-rich food waste streams into streams that now contain something that can be resold as alternative sweeteners, thus both improving the economics of the industry or the company, as well as reducing the overall environmental impact of the waste stream that was originally produced. I think food science is a great career path because, first of all, I don't think there's anything that connects people quite like food does. Whenever I go to a new town or if I plan on meeting people, the first thing I think about is the food. What are we eating? Is it going to be good? And so on. But I guess the nuts and bolts answer is because there's so much that you can do with food science. I know whenever I went to university, I would meet plenty of different types of people who would say, oh, I really love biology, but I hate having to take the chemistry, or I hate having to focus on these areas which are tangentially related to my field, but I'm not going to really find a use of it in my job. Well, in food science, there's a home for everybody. So even if you're not the biggest fan of food chemistry, maybe you like food microbiology, or maybe you like food engineering, or maybe you just want to develop the next generation of food products. Maybe if you don't like any of the science, you can focus on food marketing and sales or food laws and regulations to ensure that everybody is eating a safe food product and that it's accessible to all kinds of people. So these are some of the things I considered whenever moving into my food science career.